way for you to do that, hands down, is to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff gets our videos out to more and more people so that more people can watch them, enjoy them, and hopefully learn a little something. I know I'm out here getting an education with the Watchman every day. For those of you who don't know, watching the Watchman is my son. I invite you to do the same for him. I'll leave a link. Okay, no, it's his word against the camera.
But that's fine. But that, you know, if this is the way that it's going to go, and he wants you arrested for harassment.
I want you. So what's your name and badge number?
Officer Kachanaz, shield number 72.
Okay, before you say another word, I want your supervisor here. How's it going, guys? I'm again Press, coming to you from the village of East Hampton, New York. Police are out today writing tickets in the municipal parking lot here. And I just have a quick question for this officer who's running to his car because someone just yelled to him that I was here in the parking lot. Yep. So we're going to see what that's all about. You got a second? What are you, a coward? You don't have 2 seconds, bro? I gotta ask you a question. What's my new name? You don't have the balls to tell me? We're on you, bro. We're watching you. So I was just walking down the sidewalk with my wife, and there's a guy that owns an art gallery.
Welcome back, Kyle.
Here in the parking lot, which is called the Terry Wallace Gallery. I'm going to walk over there and give you a shot of it now. And Terry Wallace, who owns the gallery, actually yells over to the cop, "Hey, dickhead's here." Yep. And the cop said, "Oh, thanks for the heads up." Got in his car, walked across the parking lot, got in his car and left. I guess I interrupted his ticket writing session here for the time being. So this is the
Hola, amigo.
Terry Wallace Gallery.
Ready for the Colossus? I can't wait to see you conquer this thing. Hola, amigo. That's it. Horizon Apex
And
is
Mr.
finished.
Wallace is having lunch
The build, I mean.
at a cafe down the street. Well, I wasn't going to mention the name, but he left a note on his door
If you're interested.
with his cell phone number. Good. Let's give Mr. Wallace a call. Hey, is this Terry? Yeah, Terry, this is the dickhead out in the parking lot. My name is Dickhead. I'm out in the parking lot. Yeah. I don't know. Just wondering where you got that new name for me from. Didn't think that was very nice of you to yell dickhead across the parking lot. So just figured I'd give you a holler and ask you what your story is. You want to give me an interview on camera? Or you only talk when I'm not here? I don't care who you are. You're not going to do what?
Put up with your crap.
You're not going to put up with my crap, and I'm supposed to put up with you?
You called me, harassed me. None of those guys are out to lock you up right now.
You left your cell phone number on the door of your business.
You're calling me, harassing me.
Huh?
I'll have you locked up right now, buddy.
Go ahead.
Outside the restaurant.
Knock yourself out. I'll be right down there. All right, so Mr. Wallace says he's going to walk outside the restaurant now. He's going to call the police department up and have me arrested for harassing him. Hopefully you guys caught the end of that. So we'll walk down there and see what's happening. He did say he was going to call the police on me, so guess I'll do the smart thing and just stick around so they don't have to come looking for me. As you can see, we're on a public sidewalk here too. Or choreographed Cats, Phantom of the Opera, and many other things, and has brought joy to millions of people and made millions of dollars doing it. Wonderful experience.
Got your stang ready. Better be quick or I'm keeping it.
No. I'm still looking. I'll be 50 this year. I'm still looking for my balance, but I smell it's getting closer. I don't know. Some people say they want to be 18 again. I wouldn't go back to being 18 again. I'm actually in the middle. I'm actually in the middle of a conversation.
I'm gonna file a charge for harassment. Call me on my phone.
Young lady, it's been wonderful speaking to you. Enjoy
Don't
your day.
tape them.
Thank you so much. Oh, I will absolutely be taping.
Threaten me.
I'm taping right now.
I'm gonna file a charge against you for harassment. You're a nuisance of the LGBTs.
Please keep your finger out of my face.
Please arrest him, officer.
We're gonna sign a complaint.
Yep.
You understand? He's willing to sign a formal complaint stating that he's harassed.
Okay, well,
Waiting outside the restaurant, calling on the phone. I
I
got
was
a cell.
actually having a conversation with this nice young
Here's
lady.
his cell phone record. This guy called me. I can very easily prove it. He called me on my cell phone.
Is calling someone against the law?
When you threaten him and
I
harass him,
threatened you? I recorded the phone. I recorded the phone call, so be careful.
well,
Thank you.
you harassed me. You called me up. What are you doing?
How did I harass you, if you don't mind me asking?
Just by calling me.
No, what
Because
did
you're not
I?
calling me for business. You're calling me to fuck with me.
No, not at all. I actually no. I'm walking down the street with my wife.
I want
Okay,
him
down the
locked up.
sidewalk.
Listen, this guy is.
Can I-
I want him locked up, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, arrest him.
All right, yeah.
Okay, he's been looking for trouble, and he's going to get it.
If it only worked that way, Mr. Wallace, you'd be,
Okay.
You'd be king. But that's
I'm
not the way the
looking
world
to be
works.
king, but I'm not looking to be harassed.
Can I
by
speak to
as
you
a private
privately for a
citizen.
moment so I can give you my side of the story?
He's saying his side of the story here. You say your side of the story.
Okay, that's fine. If he'll let me speak, because he
You
keeps
can
cutting me
speak.
off. Can I speak
Tell
now?
me what-
Is
tell
that
me what
okay?
happened.
So this is my wife. I'm walking down the sidewalk with my wife. One of your officers was writing parking tickets. Okay. So we're walking down the sidewalk. I was planning on going around here to Main Street and just taking a walk, enjoying the weather with my wife. Okay. Mr. Wallace comes out of his gallery, yells over to the officer whose name I can't remember, but I will. Says, "Hey, dickhead's here." Points at me, right? So the officer says, "Oh, yeah," I said, right?
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
And I wasn't coming out of my.
No, it's not
gallery, but
ridiculous.
I did say something. Where was I? Okay, but where was
The
I?
cameras, the witness that doesn't lie
I can say
saw
anything I
you.
want.
Okay,
I'm
so
a private citizen. I'm not one of these.
oh, you can say anything you want, but I can't. How does that work?
There's a difference between.
Anyway, can I continue explaining my side of the story to you? This is why I'm asking you to be in private, because I'm not going to be able to get a sentence out completely.
Continue.
Okay? So, he yells out, "Dickhead is here." The officer says, "Oh, I see that." They wave to each other. The officer goes and gets in his car and leaves. Okay? So I walk
Why
down.
do you assume that that's you?
Because
He points.
right at me. I never.
What do you mean? I'm 50 years old. I know when somebody's pointing at me and talking about me.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's subjective.
And
So,
maybe there ain't fit.
let me know when I can finish. You done for a moment? Okay. So then what I did was I turned around and I walked back down towards Terry's gallery because I didn't see where he went. I was just going to ask him why I have a new name and why it's Dickhead, where that came from. He's got a sign on the door that says, I'm at John Pappas Cafe, here's my cell phone number. So since he's not there and I did not want to come to John Pappas Cafe and create any kind of a disturbance, I called his cell phone number, which is publicly posted on his door.
You don't look like it.
I'm not an art buyer at all. No, I'm an art creator. So what I did was I called him up and I said, hey, Terry, how are you? I'm just wondering why my new name is Dickhead. And he started yelling at me on the phone, which is also recorded. Started yelling at me on the phone, listen, I'm an ex-Marine.
And I'm not going to tolerate your.
I'm not going to tolerate your crap. I'm going to have you arrested. Locked up for what? What's the crime?
Harassment.
What's the crime?
Harassment.
He says it's harassment.
He says it's
gonna be a
Waiting
listen
outside
to
the
me.
restaurant, calling me on the phone.
It's going to be
when
a
he's not
civilian complaint.
When he's not a
making a phone call is harassment.
Yeah. It's his word against yours.
Okay, no, it's his word against the camera.
That's fine. But that, if this is the way that it's going to go, and he wants you arrested for harassment,
I want you. What's your name and badge number?
Officer Kachanaz, shield number 72.
Okay, before you say another word, I want your supervisor here. End of story. Get a sergeant here. Okay? And you better watch yourself because you're dealing with qualified immunity.
412 headquarters 727.
Let's stick to the law. You just walked up with a little attitude.
You're
So
harassing me. You're outside.
I called you up to ask you a question, sir. A Marine should be able to answer a question.
No.
Sure I can. You posted your phone number on the door of your business. You posted your phone number on the door of a business that said call.
I'm going to tell you something right now. What you're doing is okay, as long as you have someone's consent. But you can't pull up here and start to wait for people.
What do you mean I can't pull up here?
Started it by calling him a dick.
This is the officer he was speaking to. I'm sure you'll deny it, but when I was walking down the sidewalk with my wife,
Jason, you
okay,
didn't let me finish. You asked my name and shield number.
you gave me your name and shield number. I told you I don't want to hear another word out of you until your supervisor gets here. Are you a supervisor?
What does that have to do with what I'm talking to you about? The supervisor.
Because you're not handling this situation appropriately, and that's my opinion. So we're going to get your supervisor here. We're going to get it straight up.
Don't you
Listen,
have anything better to do with your life?
what I do with my life is not your
Don't you have
opinion.
anything better to do?
What I do with my life is not up to you.
You know?
And you could have, and you want to know something, Terry? I've known you for a long time. We have mutual friends.
I've never met you in
Luciano.
my life.
Luciano's a mutual friend. Luciano's introduced us many times over the past
never
35
met you
years.
in my life.
Okay. And all you had to do, if you had an interest in what I was doing, was ask me. And I would have happily explained myself to you. That's all you had to do. You didn't need to yell dickhead across the parking lot.
outside the
No,
restaurant.
you said to me on the phone, I'll be right outside the restaurant. I'm calling the police. So I'll... Yes, you did.
Said I won't. Yes. I
Yes,
said I will
you
come
did. You
outside.
said, I will be outside and I will call the police. And I will not run
It's
from
not
the
an
police
argument.
since you're going to call the police. I came down here to wait for them so they wouldn't have to
Let
look
put
for
it
me.
to you.
That's
You
all it
wanna
is.
harass these guys, that's one thing. Because they have...
I don't
some-
feel like I'm
You're
harassing
not gonna
anybody.
harass me.
I was not making a phone call to you is not a harassment. When you
Harassment.
posted your cell
Waiting
number
outside
in
the
public.
restaurant is harassment.
You told me that you were going to come outside and call the police. Sure you
I
did.
said I did call the police, and I said...
When somebody tells me they called the police on me, I'm going to stand here and wait. I'm not going to disappear. What do you want me to do? Run away from the cops? I have nothing to run away for. I'm 49 years old, never been arrested in my life.
Well, today be your first day,
Well, that's up to you.
okay?
That's up to you. Civil lawsuits are a bitch.
It's not a...
You better make sure you're doing the right thing. Because you posted your cell phone number in a public place and said call for assistance. I needed your help in solving in answering a question.
Say call for
I called you, and all you. Yes, it does.
Say call for assistance.
It says I'm at John Pappas Cafe. Here's my cell phone
Doesn't
number.
say
So
call
I
for
called.
assistance.
That's it.
If I were you, Mr. Gutterman, I'd find a different line of work.
You're not me.
Stop harassing
You're not me.
cops,
You're not me.
Okay? You know, I don't
You're
know
not
what
me.
your problem is with you.
My father died 23 years ago. I'm not going to listen to what you tell me what to do.
I'm not trying to be your father.
You're giving me advice, telling me what I should be doing with my life.
Good
I mean,
free
come on.
advice.
You know
Good
what?
Free advice.
Do we have a supervisor on the way? Okay, good. Thank
I'm
you.
giving you good free
And can I get your name and badge number, sir, please?
Really?
Yes. I'm asking you for your name.
Ray-Ban. Shield 60.
Thank you very much. Wasn't so hard, was it? I'm just asking. And since you're here, can I get your name and badge number, please?
Officer Smith, badge number 78.
Thank you, Officer Smith. I've never been anything but cordial with you guys, and you know that. You can't name one time in the 35 years that you've known me that I've ever been disrespectful to you. Sure you have. Yeah, you don't remember. You've known me for a very long time. Yeah.
You did a small statement.
We met when I was 18 years old. Well, so that was 32 years ago. I'm off by a few years. And Officer Smith here will tell you, I think in our interactions, I've been very respectful to you. We've been very cordial to each other. There's no issues. Mr. Wallace wants to walk through a parking lot yelling dickhead at people. That, to me, is harassment. And that, to me, crosses a line. Because I did not say anything disrespectful to you.
Did he say your name?
He pointed right at me.
He didn't point at you.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You have it on tape?
Yes, I do. I always record. Yep. There's a reason. And why are you asking if I have it on tape? You should know. You should know what you said.
Because I'm telling you that it's not.
Your story's already changed 3 times. Review the tape. You'll see a copy of it.
May I have-
And again, as a former Marine, you swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. And if you wanted to know what I was doing, you could have just simply asked me. And I would have explained myself to you.
Waiting outside the restaurant for me. Call me up.
You asked
You crossed the line. That's
You
where you
asked
crossed the
No,
line.
that is not. I'm standing on a public
Thinking You're
sidewalk.
a tough guy. You
No,
crossed the
I'm
line.
standing. I'm not acting like you're the one stating you're an ex-Marine and you're not going to tolerate it, and I'm going to be sorry, and you're going to make me pay for what I'm
I'm
doing.
not like these guys.
That's
I
what
don't
you
have
said.
to listen to your crap, okay?
I'm
I
not
feel
like
bad for
these
them.
guys either. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. I can film and do it. I could stand here all day and film this place for
You can,
36
but
hours.
The difference is.
See, now you're calming down. Now we can talk.
The difference is, you crossed the line when you called me, number one, gave me a hard time, and number two,
I didn't give you a
when
hard time. You
came
gave me a
down-
hard
When I
time.
told you I'm not giving you an interview, and you came and you stood outside this place in your rest.
No.
That's when you crossed the line.
All right, no, wait. Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Let's have a gentlemanly conversation. Let me respond to that. What you said was, I am going to call the police and have you arrested, and I will be outside. I'm walking outside the restaurant now. That's what you said. So when somebody tells me they're calling the police, I walk down here to wait for the police
Well,
officers.
what do you think I was doing?
What do you think I'm going to do?
Walking-
Get in my car and leave?
I was walking in the parking lot to see if there was a police officer here. That's why I said I'm going outside.
Okay. I don't believe that story because you said you were calling them, but okay, that's
I'm
fine.
going to walk outside.
And I think you did call them. You didn't walk outside and find them.
Well, I did because when I didn't
How we
find
know,
them
Matt?
in here, I had a call. I had a call when I didn't find them.
I mean, I know you guys are just itching to hem me up for something, but I mean, let's get something real, guys. Wait till I cross the line. Let's just not make things up, you know?
Jason, we're here answering a legitimate.
All right, but you have discretion to decide whether or not that complaint is legitimate or not. Okay? So
And
that's
why
your
I
call.
tried to explain to you that it's called a civilian arrest.
You can be
He says
arrested
you
for
harassed
calling.
me.
So, what is the definition of harassment? How did I harass him? State the statute.
I'm not
How did
getting- I'm not
What are
getting
you
into
talking about?
New York State penal law.
How did I? What are you talking about? New York State penal law.
Definition.
Well, if you're going to arrest somebody, yes, you are. You're going to get very into New York State penal law. You're going to get
missing
into
the point.
qualified immunity and a lot of
You're
things.
missing the point.
No,
And
I'm not
here's
missing
why.
the point.
I told you it's a civilian arrest.
No, let me explain because nobody. No.
Now you're getting defensive.
No, I'm not getting. Well, you listen. You're threatening me with arrest. Of course, I'm going to get defensive.
I'm not
Okay.
threatening you with an arrest.
Mr. Wallace has his phone number handwritten on the door of his business that says, "I am at John Pappas. Call my cell with the phone number." That's what I did. Okay? So if you want to consider that harassment, and when I called him, I said, "Mr. Wallace, this is Jason Gutterman. I'd just like to know why my new name is Dickhead." That's all I said. He started screaming at me, "I'm an ex-Marine. You don't know who you're fucking with. You don't know. I'm going to make sure you get arrested." Blah, 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 blah. So,
for them taking my picture and sitting on the thing.
Talk to the photographer about it.
so that's just ridiculous. And you know what? I hope you arrest me. I really do. I really do.
If you would let me finish, Jason.
I'd be happy to let you finish. But don't blame me for being upset.
Civilian arrest. I'm not saying you have any right to be upset or not upset. Honestly, that doesn't matter to me. Honestly, that doesn't matter to me. We have a complaint that we're following up on. The complaint came from Mr. Wallace.
Okay?
Mr. Wallace, if he has
If he's got legal grounds.
It doesn't matter about legal
Oh,
grounds.
Doesn't matter about me.
oh, so I could just,
so he's gonna fill out a report.
I can just make up
and
anything I want
if he
against him.
wants
All right.
you charged, it's a civilian arrest.
Sergeant Bennett, can I speak with you for a minute, please?
Yeah, you turn that camera off and I'll speak with you all you want.
If I turn the camera off? Why would I turn the camera off?
What do you want to talk to me?
You want me to turn my camera off? What do I want you to talk? You got Mr. Wallace's side of the story. You're not interested in here? I'm the one that asked for a supervisor. You need me to turn my camera off? Why? We're standing on a public sidewalk, and I'm being threatened with arrest. And for my safety, I'd like to talk to you in private right here, 10 feet away, just like Mr. Wallace did. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch, sir. All right, so now listen, just to de-escalate this, okay? What I'm trying to do is I want to explain to you what just happened from my point of view. Okay, I have a witness. This camera was running the whole time, and I want him to be very careful about what he's about to sign his name to, okay? I got out of the car with my wife. I parked, okay? I'm walking down this public sidewalk that you can see right here with my wife, okay? Mr. Wallace comes out of his business, walks down the sidewalk with Officer Smith. She breaks off from him and starts walking into the parking lot. He sees Officer Brabant writing a ticket, and he yells over and points at me and says, "Hey, dickhead is here." Officer Brabant looks at him, goes like that, walks away, gets in his car, and leaves. Okay? So I went down to Terry's. I didn't see where he went. Okay, I didn't know if he went down one of these alleys, walked back. So I went over to his gallery. Right, I was going to knock on the door and just ask him why he's yelling "dickhead," calling me "dickhead" in the middle of a public parking lot. What the point of that is? I didn't get that. He doesn't remember, but he's known me for a very long time. So the door's locked, and there's a sign handwritten by Mr. Wallace, I would assume, on the window. We can go look at it right now. That says, "I'm at John Pappas. Here's my cell phone number. Call me." To the general public. If you need me, here's where I am, call me. So I dialed the cell phone number. Okay, and again, this is all recorded. Okay, I put it on speaker and recorded the whole conversation.
Mr. Recorder.
You have to be.
Oh, of course.
You have to be. And don't be upset with me for what I do. We're talking about this situation right now here today. We're not talking about anything else.
I'm not upset at all.
No, and I appreciate that. And I know you're a very, what I know of you, you're a very
You know me?
well-respected gentleman in this town. Yeah, I see you scoop du jour all the time, getting coffee and donuts, whatever you have there.
You're everywhere.
So, well, you know, you guys are everywhere too. And you know, actually, I mean, if you were going to get off on that conversation, which we won't go too far into it, but you swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States. That's my only interest,
Listen,
okay? So here's the bottom line. So Mr. Wallace, when I'm on the phone with him, I said, Terry, Mr. Wallace, I'm sorry. I said, I would just like to know why my new name is Dickhead. He says to me, listen to me, you piece of shit, okay? I'm an ex-Marine, and you're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to you're harassing me. Why are you calling my cell phone? I said, you wrote your cell phone number on the window of your business out to the general public to call you if they needed you. I needed you. So that's why I'm calling. That's the chase. So then he says to me, I'm going to call the police. I'm walking outside the restaurant now, and the police are going to come arrest you. So rather than have you drive around and look for me, I walked myself down to the sidewalk, stood on a public sidewalk, and waited for you to get here. Okay. And that's where we are. Okay. So if you consider a phone call to Mr. Wallace harassment, that's up to you.
Listen.
I would just be very careful because it's all...
Are you done now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Have a nice day. He's not filing charges. He's not doing anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
You're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
You have a wonderful day. All right, guys. Well, as I was walking away, we ran into the first officer that showed up on the scene and had a little conversation with him. So I'm going to play that for you now. I had my body cam still rolling, and things definitely took a turn. So stay tuned. Coming to you from the village of East Hampton, Amagansett Press. Out. Camera's off now. Can I just ask you something off the record? Did you learn something today?
I did.
You didn't? That's a shame.
I don't understand.
What do you mean?
I was trying to explain.
No, you were prepared to arrest me if I didn't call for your supervisor. You were going to place me under citizen's arrest. Of course you were.
Look, I respect you and I respect what you do. I do.
Do you really?
I do.
Honestly? Well, then I respect you. I've never had a problem with you. We've known each other for a little bit of time.
I was just trying to explain to you that if he decides that you harassed him, that he wants to fill out the paperwork, it's his word against yours. He's the one that's arresting you. We're not doing anything.
All right, but what changed when Sergeant Bennett got here?
Nothing. He spoke to Terry and said, Terry, I don't think you should do this.
But no, and you know what? If you're going to come at me with respect, I come right back at you with respect. That's the way I am. I think all the police officers in town, I understand there's animosity. Of course you guys don't like what I'm doing. Why would you? Why would you? You know, you watch the videos, but what I want you to remember is, okay, and you're going to know this is the truth. I can't make you look any way. I can't make you look good. I can't make you look bad. All I can do is memorialize what you choose to do. Okay, so any officer that's ever looked bad in one of my videos chose to make themselves look bad.
I get
and
that.
I'm sure the
I know
chief
how
told him the
video
same thing.
clips work. I
Right.
know how it works. And I had no intention of arresting you without any sort of documentation on his end of what the complaint even was.
But now let me ask you
So
something.
somebody just saying, I want him arrested. All right, I understand that.
Well, you were prepared to do it.
I was going to take the procedure,
Take his statement and then.
take his statement,
and
see
then-
what it said, and then it's him arresting you. It's not me.
Let me ask you a question. If you want to go on that tangent, have you how long have you been a police officer?
17 years.
17 years. That's a long time. Okay. Have you ever turned in or reported another police officer for wrongdoing in 17 years?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
You've turned
Lost
in.
his job because of it.
You did.
Yeah.
I want to shake your hand and congratulate you, because if that's the case, that's what you should do. And my next question was going to be, which maybe I don't need to ask you now, but I was going to ask you, have you ever falsified information or lied on a report? Okay, well then
The information speaks for itself.
you're one of the good guys, okay? But you and I both know, and this is a rhetorical statement, I'm not asking you for an answer because I don't want to put you in that position, okay? But not all cops are good cops. Not all photographers are good photographers. Not all checkout clerks at
Doctors are good.
exactly right, okay? But so why I record? Because Muhammad Ali did an interview in the 1960s, okay? And somebody,
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry that you got all worked up about this. I understand. I understand. Please, like I'm telling you.
no. You haven't identified yourself. The only reason I know you.
I am Sheriff Evan Verbrugge, so we're to make sure you have that right.
Okay.
I'm asking you to leave on behalf of the officers.
What I will be
And I
willing
will
to
tell
do
you that if you do not ask and leave, then we will have to take you out.
How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press, and we've missed you. Sorry it took us so long to get back to you. Just, once in a while, got to take care of business and take care of the home front and all that kind of stuff. But we are back, and we are out on the road, and we are coming to you today from Luverne, Minnesota. And we are at the Southwest Health and Human Services offices here in Luverne. I am out with Watching the Watchman, who is down there, and we're just gonna pay a little visit on these folks today and find out if they honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas of public places. Let's take a walk in here, and we're gonna take a walk up by the front door and see what kind of signage is posted. Just got into Minnesota, so want to get a feel for what's going on here, see how it compares to Colorado, and let me give you a little time and temperature check. Today is Tuesday, December 8th. It is 12:44 in the afternoon, and it is 46 degrees and sunny in Luverne, Minnesota. Luverne is located in Rock County, and I always like to take a moment to recognize Old Glory, waving in the breeze as she should. And let's have a look around. Hope everybody's been doing well. Hope you enjoyed your holidays for Thanksgiving, and hope everybody's managing to have a little fun here and there. So let's see. Masks are required. Spanish and in English. Tobacco-free property, which we always like to see. Oh, and I just want to mention, for those of you that are wondering, absolutely nothing came from our polling place video at election time in Lakewood, right? Littleton, I'm sorry, in Colorado. Nothing ever came from that. There were no charges filed, nothing, no follow-up, never heard from anybody. So if any of you were concerned about that, that kind of died in the water. So as we expected. That's certainly not why we haven't been out. Like I said, we've just been, you know, once in a while you gotta make sure all your ducks are in a row, I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and just take care of things at home. We also have some family that we had to travel and go get set up for the winter and just make sure some people were okay. But we took care of all that and we're back. So I just want to clear that up for you. Sorry?
400 yards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking some video. Who are you? Can I ask who you are?
Yeah, I'm Carla. I work here.
Oh, you work here. Carla?
Carla?
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Carla.
Yeah.
So we're just doing a story on the health department.
Oh. Okay. And you are from
I
an agency or freelance or?
I don't disclose that while I'm at work.
Okay.
All right. But you have a good day, Carla.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a nice day. You doing?
It's beautiful out.
Calculating route. In 100 yards, turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
And you have, what is the number on that? Rock County Sheriff Vehicle 6716. How we doing? Sorry?
What are we up to?
Well, who am I speaking with?
Deputy Rice Stopper.
Deputy Rice Stopper?
Yep.
Okay, what's your badge number?
6716.
6716, same as the truck.
Yep.
There you
Yep.
go. So you
Matches.
get to take it home every night?
Yep.
Nice.
So what are you guys doing? If you don't mind
Just
me asking?
whatever's obvious.
Is there a particular reason why you're...
Of course. Huh.
What is it?
I don't do anything without a particular reason. Okay. Well, it's nothing I want to share with you. What are the ladies inside concerned about people's cameras?
Yeah.
That's telling. Yeah.
Well, you know, I understand you guys have a right to video from the side of this.
All right.
We're concerned that you're trying to go inside
Well, I could go inside.
and that you're taking stuff.
All perfectly legal to do if I wanted to. Yeah, I could put my have a face shield in the car and put it on and go in there if I wanted to. I guess, right? I mean, I don't know. Is that your understanding? It's a public health office,
Yes, it is.
public building, and as long as we go in there and don't attempt to go into any restricted areas or cause a disturbance, what would be the issue? Right? But we chose to stay outside, so that should be a little telling to you. I'm not looking to ruffle anybody's feathers.
No, I'm not saying you won't. I'm just trying to understand.
I was going to stand this or something on the sun being
your point of view, like, what are you trying to do? Like, are you like constitutionalist or what are you? I mean,
Well, like I said, I don't show my hand while I'm doing what I do. After I'm done, I'd be happy to explain to you A to Z what I'm doing. But while I'm working on what I'm working on, it's not somewhere I want to go.
Are you guys from the area around here?
Another. Not particularly. I mean, is that something you need to know?
No, I'm just making.
They've already given you my plate number, so you know exactly where I'm from, what I'm doing. You know my name, you know my middle name, you know my date of birth. Sure you do. Well, your department.
That may.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't give that information to you. Yeah. Because the young ladies in here decided to go filming cars and licenses, license plates, so they know who I am, which I have no issue with, couldn't care less.
Yeah, they have the right to do that.
Like I said, I couldn't care less and I have no issue with it. Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty, sounds
But
good. Thank you.
yeah, if they call you back, I mean, based on what's gone on here, I am going to throw my face shield in and go inside. So just let them know if they call that, you know, if they feel like we're violating a law or something, they could be happy to waste your time. But if we're not doing anything wrong, I feel like it's a little bit of waste of resources calling you over here, right? So, but that's up to you. But I'm just letting you know what my plans are. We'll go inside. We're gonna, you know, I've started outside, and we're gonna go inside and just public areas. I have no interest in going into restricted areas. That's it. So, you know, if they want to create something out of that, that'll be on them. But body camera running, this is running, so you know, they can prove whatever anybody says. So just let them know to be careful what they do.
Okay.
All right. We're not looking to cross any lines, and I hope anybody else isn't either.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Let's get the can you put a foot on this, and I'm gonna go grab those things? Here. Thank you. I'll be right back. Well, all right, guys. I got to, before we go in, I just want to let you guys know that we are donning shields here because it's the only way we're going to get in the building. We weren't actually intending on going inside, but based on what's happening here, we will. And we have our face shields on, so let's see what's going on inside the health department. So you have some public information here. Not at all, but thanks for asking. Yeah, well, can you tell me what type of services you provide here at this office? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry. Okay, I know that, it says that on the sign. I'm just saying, what type of services particularly do you offer here? Okay. Any photography services? Okay. All right, so we'll cover that for you. But thank you, I appreciate your offer of assistance. You're a public employee, ma'am. Your name's out on display for the public to see. Sure, absolutely. Well, anything that's in the public view, you should put the flaps away then, I guess. I'd love to know what you guys are so worried about. If you really want to answer the question, that would be my question. That's not a question you want to answer?
We try to maintain confidentiality with phone calls, so unless you have some business directly up here, we'd like you to stand out.
This is a public area. If you want privacy in a public place, you have to create it. I'm not going into any restricted areas. I'm not using any listening devices which give me any better hearing than the normal human ear. Again, that would be my only question to you. What's your concern with people looking around your office? That's a little strange to me, honestly. And may I ask your first name so I know who I'm speaking with? Nancy. Okay, Nancy. So that's genuinely, if you want to know my question is, that's my question. What is the concern with two citizens looking around a public building? No, legitimately, seriously, that's my question. If you don't want to answer it, of course you don't have to answer it. But you asked me if I needed any help, you asked me if I had any questions, that's my question. So is it no answer? Yeah. I would like to know why you have an issue with me coming by here and looking at my public building. That's all. If you're asking me. I mean, you approached me and asked me a question. I wasn't starting a conversation or engaging anyone. I mean, the sheriff is just here. You called him. He has no problem with what we're doing. Do you realize how suspect that is, that you don't want to answer that question? It's very strange, I think. How we doing?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. Second sheriff I get to meet today.
Well, good. Why don't we step outside?
Why are we stepping outside?
I've been asked by staff that they prefer that you not be here, so
Is there a particular reason?
considered trespassing.
No, it's not. Isn't this a public building?
So this is trespassing, so I'm going to be polite. I'm going to
How is it trespassing?
I am asking you to leave professionally. Okay?
Is that a lawful request?
Yes.
It is.
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
They do not want you in here.
But that's not up to them.
Is there? Well, yes, it is.
How is that?
Why are you asking me these questions?
This is a public building.
And who are you?
And one of your sheriffs was just here and had no issue with what I'm doing here.
Who are you?
Well,
I have the right to ask you who you are.
No, of course. What do you mean you have the right to ask? Of course. You haven't identified yourself. The only reason I know you...
I am Sheriff Evan Verbrugge, so we're to make sure you have that right.
Okay.
I'm asking you to leave on behalf of the office here.
What I will be willing
And I
to
will
do
tell
is-
you that if you do not ask and leave, then we will have to take you out. I don't want to do that. I'm being
So you're threatening physical removal? If that's what you're doing, then I'll be happy to walk outside and continue the conversation with you. Under threat of physical
I'm
removal.
not threatening.
You just said you're physically removing from the
I'm
building.
asking you to politely leave.
So do I have the option to politely decline that request?
I am asking you to politely leave.
Right, so do I have the option to politely decline that request?
Whatever you're trying to do,
I'm not trying to
try to interact.
No.
So-
I'm looking at a public building. I came in, I didn't engage with anyone, I didn't speak to anyone, and Nancy walked up and asked me if I had any
This
questions.
is obviously information on here that sometimes is private.
No, that's not true at all.
Yes, it is.
No, you have private information on view in a public lobby?
Why are you here?
There's a very good reason why I'm
Why
here.
are you here then?
Well, once I see how you're gonna handle it, I'd be happy to tell you why I'm here.
That's why I'm asking you.
Okay, well, first I wanna see how you're gonna handle the situation. If you're gonna uphold your oath to the Constitution and uphold the law, that'll be an interesting thing to see. If you're not, that'll be even more interesting. I'd like to just be left to do what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Is it public?
This is a safety issue
No,
for
it's
me.
not.
No, it is now.
How
It
is this a
not.
safety issue for you?
Because you are being disrespectful.
No, I'm not at all. Sir, I'm videotaping everything I'm saying. This is not being disrespectful. You wanna pat me
They-
down
they
and make
asked
sure I
you-
don't
they're
have anything
asking
on
you
me
to-
for your safety? I'd be happy to let you do that.
Okay.
You wanna make sure I have no weapons on me? Knock yourself out. I am not armed. I have nothing on me. I have no nefarious intent, no ill will. I'm here visiting a public building. That's what I'm doing. And unless I'm causing a disturbance or breaking the
You are
law...
causing a disturbance.
No, not at all. I'm having a conversation with you.
Yeah. But
That's not
you can have
causing-
that conversation outside.
I just said to you a minute ago, I'd be happy to go outside and continue the conversation with you.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
The whole.
And again, I'm doing that under threat of physical removal.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
right, so what's your issue with me being in the building? Honestly, let's talk man to man. Let's just, there's no reason for you to be antagonistic. There's no reason for you to be threatening. I'm not being disrespectful to you regardless of what your opinion is.
I appreciate it.
I've been more than courteous to you, and I've been very respectful to you.
I've been trying to be as
I actually don't even have to speak to you. Right? So I'm giving you the gift of speaking to you because it's my right to not have to speak to you. This sheriff is just here, right? I made him fully aware of what I'm doing. I was happy to tell him what was going on, what I was doing. I told him my intention was to go inside. Asked him if there was any issues with that. He said absolutely not. That's all on video. And that's what we're doing. So for you to walk up